Welcome to Highway Havoc, the podcast where adventure meets attitude. Buckle up, folks, because we're about to take the highway by storm. If you can't handle the language here, then you should probably find some other podcast. We're not for the faint of heart. Highway Havoc, we're on the move. Truckers and tales and trouble, that's what we prove. Laughs and life talks with special guests in tow. We're taking the highway and we're not going slow. Highway Havoc, to the city streets, we're bringing the heat and the stories that beat. Highway Havoc, it's a wild ride. Buckle up and let the good times collide. Highway Havoc.
Hello and welcome to the podcast. Can't be an outlaw if you're not doing outlaw shit, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing about our podcast I think we should let our viewers know is that we're going to talk about everything under the sun, you know?
Well, have you ever been in an accident?
I've been in a couple of them. Yep.
What was
Both
the worst?
my fault. The worst one, I think, was for me personally, was when I rolled the truck. Going around a corner too fast and rolled the truck.
You rolled the truck going around a corner too fast. Okay. That sounds scary as shit.
It was middle of the night, and went through a guardrail that put me back on the highway. So the guardrail did its job, and busted my ribs, my shoulder up a little bit. My face got all bloody and stuff.
When did you stop considering yourself a newbie?
I still consider myself a newbie.
Does that mean interesting shit just keeps happening?
Yeah, maybe something's different every day. Shit changes all the time.
Well,
if you stop being a newbie as a truck driver, you should just get the hell off the road, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, well, that's a good way to look at it.
Same as a driver. These fucking four-wheelers, they all think they're good drivers. They're not. You know?
If you're in LA, the drivers are pretty good. You know, you're used to LA traffic, and then as you go north, the drivers slowly get worse, and then you hit Oregon.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And you hit Oregon, and Portland traffic is probably the worst, second worst.
And then it culminates in Portland as being the worst. You saying?
Well, second worst, yes.
Second worst to what?
We just talked about this the other day, and you had to, if I remember what the heck I remember. Portland, second. Shit, just had it in my head, and then I lost it again.
Not Seattle. Oh, Salt Lake City, you mentioned.
Salt Lake City, yes, that is the worst place for traffic. Yes, I don't know. I never think of Salt Lake because I hate that place. So I avoid Salt Lake like the plague if I can.
Well, I'm thinking of going north from LA and up the West Coast.
So going north from LA traffic, it's predictable. It's either 100 miles an hour or you stop. Simple as that. And then you get up I-5 and you're pretty good all the way into Portland, depending on when you hit it, and it's just stopped. And everybody's got to change lanes because I think that lane's quicker than the other. And then you get out of Portland and you get into Olympia, Washington. And then it starts from Olympia all the way to Birmingham Valley now. It's usually shit, unless you can time it right or you're not in traffic.
Have you ever crashed on your motorcycle?
No, I haven't. Oh, technically, I guess. Yes, I did. I did rear-end my buddy Larry. Yep. I did rear-end him this last summer, or this summer. I don't remember what it was.
So with your Harley?
Yeah, with my Harley. Yeah, so I put a big dent on my front fender and dented his rear fender. We weren't going highway speeds. It was just at a stop sign. And he started to go, and I was kind of caught off guard, so I started going, and then he stopped, and then I fucking hit him. Fuck. So, yeah, it was sort of funny. Yeah.
Well,
so
as long as
I guess I have, but never a bad one. If I'm ever in a bad motorcycle wreck, I'm never going to survive it the way I ride. So,
well, you don't wear a helmet if you're in a place that doesn't require one.
That's right. Even if I'm in Canada, my helmet's not going to save my life. I ride too fast and too aggressive for anything to save me, honestly. And I want it to be that way because I don't want to deal with any of that pain. Fuck that.
Okay.
I'm not looking to die, so don't get me wrong. But if I'm crashing on my bike, it better be the last crash because it's, I don't want to survive through that. I've known too many people that had to do all that skin grafts and healing bones and fucking surgeries and fuck that shit. Just end it.
Well, I hope you don't do that as well, only because honestly, man, I'd miss you.
Yeah. Well, I'm not fighting on it, but you never know when you're taking.
No, I know. You never know when you're going to bite the big one. And it's just about, I'd be pissed at you because we haven't accomplished all this thing we've talked about. I'm very selfish, okay? And he says,
I'm selfish too.
he killed himself before we had a chance to make millions of bucks off the film.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It would be awesome if we could make millions. I might slow down writing then, but no, probably not. Probably just get another big bike.
And
You know what we should do? We should talk about stereotypes. Because I think a lot of people have me pegged as something that I'm not. You know what I mean?
No, exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about, and it pisses me off when I hear people use stereotypes. This is the problem with our entire culture right now: is people using the stereotypes to determine so much about people. I'm to the point right now. Yeah, as I told you before, at my age, it's really easy for me to call people on their shit. I'm doing it more often.
And then they get angry, don't they? Because people don't want to know the truth. I don't give a shit either.
I don't give a shit. And I'm gonna thank you for a lot of this because it just knowing you has helped me come to terms with that. It's just I'm not gonna sit by, and
stereotypes and judging. People do that too much. And you're always taught, or at least I was taught young, don't judge a book by its cover.
Well, that's what a stereotype is you're judging a book.
You're judging,
you're judging. And
I don't judge anybody. I give everybody the same amount of respect until they disrespect me, and then it's on. But I just cut people out of my life. I don't need that shit. I lived in a negative world for so long, and I'd like to be in the positive realm of things. And life is so much better. They're awesome.
This is what my friend John was saying when he said, "You're probably the only self-actualized trucker that he has ever heard of," because of that opinion that you have about your life. And you know your place in it, and you're fine with it. You're okay with it. You know who you are. And I hope to be able to say the same thing. I know that lately I just don't really give a shit about what people think if they're going to be so negative and say things like that. And
that's another thing. If you don't give people the reaction they want, they get even angrier. And I love it. I love it because now they're angry at themselves, right? So it's like.
Well, I think a lot of this whole thing is just manipulation. They want to be able to use a stereotype or something like that to manipulate you or me or whoever into letting them say and do what they want.
Can't do it. And that's why I don't like talking about politics, because I don't understand it. I don't follow it. I don't listen to it. It doesn't affect me. Everybody says it does affect me, but it doesn't. My head's so high in the clouds, I could give two shits what whoever's doing. Because it's my life, and I stay in my lane. I don't worry about other people's lives, and if they want to worry about mine, that's on them. But don't assume shit. If you want to assume shit, come and ask me, talk to me, and I'll tell you the truth. I'm an open book, So, but people.
Well, I can attest to that. But you're traveling across countries and
countries. North America, let's just go with that.
Yeah, okay, but you're crossing borders. I mean, have you had any problems with that in the recent this year? You haven't had any problems at all, so you're
ever since I got off the domestic terrorist watch list, I haven't really had any issues.
Explain that to me again. A domestic terrorist, you're on the Canadian or US domestic terrorist?
Both. Because of my affiliation with the motorcycle community, the MC world.
The what world?
The MC world, motorcycle club world.
Okay.
The club that I was with, not my club. Well, my club was under the wing of a large 1% club. And a 1%er is an outlaw motorcycle club. And they're listed on the domestic terrorists. They're listed as I can't speak. They're listed as domestic terrorists, and they're not allowed to cross borders. They can fly to like Mexico and do shit like that, but they cannot cross the United States or American Canada border. So, yeah.
Well, shit.
And I was on that list, but they can't stop me from working. But they could screw your day up by holding you up at the border, interrogating you, going through your phone, ripping your truck apart, looking for anything to charge you with or anything.
So you had that happen to you?
Oh yeah, more than once. Yeah, absolutely.
When did you know your name was removed from that list?
I don't know for sure but lately I last week I got inspected at the border just a quick how do you do that they ran through the truck, but besides then I haven't had any issues for the last 3 years. But before then it was every single week in the interrogation room. They'd sometimes strip the load out of the shirt. They rip everything off like to take my bedding apart. They talk just like a prison toss. You know how you can see it on TV. Guards would rip through the cells and leave everything in the hallway. Yeah, all your shit's laying on the pavement in the parking lot at the border. Yeah,
so they stripped everything out and then they just laid it out there for you to put back?
Yeah, they don't put it back. It's not their job.
Their job is to make a mess, not fix it.
That's exactly right.
A close body inspection or anything.
No, I've never had a finger in the ass. Not
Woo!
Yeah, no, I would just say no, put me in jail. Then I'm not taking a finger in the ass. That's
You mentioned hating going through Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite city you've been to that you have a lot of nothing bad to say about it? Nothing comes to mind.
Nothing comes to mind. There's always something negative about some city, but that's what makes cities beautiful as well, right? But I would see what favorite city would heck would it be.
You've been to Chicago, right?
I've been to Chicago 3-4 times now. Yeah.
And Denver?
Yeah, Denver. I don't really care for Denver. Denver's like the Edmonton of Colorado to me. I don't really care for
the Edmonton, Alberta.
Yeah. Whenever you take a truck to Edmonton, you can be clean and shiny and looking good. The second you get out of Edmonton, you might as well have just drove on an oil field diesel. It's just a dirty, scuzzy city. It's just horrible. And that's what Denver reminds me of. Not that Denver's scuzzy and dirty, but it just has that vibe of it's just a gross city.
You've been in New Jersey too, right?
I have actually. Yes, I like New Jersey. I was freaking out about going there, but it was nothing. I forget where I went to. It's a pretty major center. What the heck?
But you never
Bloom something, New Jersey. I can't remember.
Okay, but you never went into New York City, Manhattan.
I wanted to, and I had it all lined up. I was going to park my truck somewhere, but it's always on my bucket list, and I want to get mugged. And just because it's never happened yet. I probably shouldn't put this out there. Now maybe it will happen one day. But I always wanted to get mugged, so I thought if I can go downtown New York,
you always wanted to get mugged. Oh,
yeah. Because you got it, then you have a justifiable homicide on your hand. It'd be perfect. I'd love it, right? But
dude, you just want to get into a fight.
I do, but one where I could not be at fault for it. You know what I mean? Like
somebody tries to mug you, then you beat the shit out of them.
Exactly. Yes, and but it's never ever happened. And I thought maybe New York was going to happen, but the guys actually talked me out of going to New York that I was unloading at. Because it was only like 30 miles to Ground Zero, because I wanted to go see the World Trade Center memorials and all that shit. And but they suggested not to because it was so overran with illegal immigrants at the time. And they said they don't need to go down there. And they're like actual New Yorkers, like, "Hey, I'm walking here," kind of guy, you know. So you know, and if they're not willing to go down there, I'd stand no chance. I'd get probably fucking raped for Christ's sake going down there. You know? So. Fuck that. I don't want to get raped. I don't mind getting mugged, maybe stabbed or something.
Just getting stabbed. Just getting stabbed. Things like that. Okay. The signal's kind of rough right now.
I mean, sorry.
That's okay.
I've walked around in Tijuana counting money out in public, drunk off my ass, and nothing bad ever happened. And I'm by myself. Everybody says, "Don't go to Mexico by yourself." No, but
Well, I tell you
Chicago,
what.
same thing. I never had any issues in Chicago.
Well,
But
honestly, Jason, you don't look like somebody that a mugger would want to approach.
there you are, stereotyping me. What the fuck, dude?
Well, I'm not stereotyping. I know you. I know you because all you have to do is give me that look, and it's like I'm glad you're a phone call away from me and not in the same room, because with that look of yours, it's like it's a killer look. I don't want to be around.
I woke up alone in the Peterbilt's cramped space, a lonely heartbeat in a lonely dark place. The morning's red glow creeps in, and the shadows that haunt me slowly fade away. Watching that eastern Montana sunrise reminds me that we're small, we're just a tiny spark in the grand scheme of it all. We're all a small spoke in the wheel of life. We're just a fleeting thought, but in this moment, the emptiness is all I've got. My mind's 1,000 miles away as the dawn breaks slow. My wheels keep turning, but my heart's been let go. I'm just an old truck driver, hauling freight into the morning's glow, trying to outrun the shadow that follow me like a ghost. The sun's warm light on my face, it don't ease my pain. I'm still just a small part of a world that's not my own. We're all just tiny sparks in the grand scheme of time, but in this moment, I'm searching for a rhyme. The sunrise is high over the eastern Montana sky, but it don't shine light on the darkness in my life. I'm just an old soul with poems, prayers, and empty promises, drifting down the highway's wide line. Watching the sunrise over the Montana sky reminds me that I'm not alone in this endless sky. We're all just small parts of a bigger design, but in this moment, I'm left to redefine.
You betcha.